welcome to my CTP project. For this I'm doing a generation of landforms using a cellular automata system. So this is what I have so far. So the slider here sets the fill amount for the map. It sets the width, height, the amount of iterations you want to go through, a seed, or you can just use a random seed, and then the button to actually generate the map, and also selecting textures. So if I just make a map of say 100 by 100, and we do 5 iterations, just generate it, make a map, do your own seeds if you want to make different things, and yeah, change the texture. So the main bulk of the code is done in this map file. There's a 2D array that stores integers, where it stores zeros and ones, which represent the grid, which is used for the checks later on in the cellular automata. It then goes down to this random level gen, where it puts it through and populates that array with a series of ones and zeros. That is then passed on to this progress function, where basically it checks through it and will check the neighbours, and depending on the amount of neighbours it has, will alter what that block is. So if the cell has less than 4 neighbours, it will mean that it gets turned to a 0. If the neighbours count is higher than 4, it will then be turned to a 1, and if it is 4, it will just stay as it currently is. So the gets around in wall count, basically you pass in 2 points, the x and y for the 2D array, and then it checks the 8 points around that cell in the grid to see what values it has. Then it outputs the number of surrounding neighbours, where the array is then passed into the mesh generator class. So once the mesh generator is called in the map file, it then passes through the integer array, and what this does is then create effective 3 vertices and positions, so that it can create nodes throughout the map, and then it will create the triangles in the outline to create the mesh of the actual map that you have generated. So yeah, thanks for listening.